Okay, so now we are going to study about the liquid dye penetration test. So this liquid dye penetration test falls under the category of non-destructive testing, where we are going to use special type of chemicals to test whether there are flaws on the surface of the raw material. Okay, so the major advantage of this method is that it is a very easy method to identify the flaws. The flaws may be a pinhole or a crack that is there on the surface of the raw material or on the any of the finished product. Okay, so let us try to understand how this liquid dye penetration test is done. Okay, now we have considered a raw material. Okay, so one thing which you have to remember before doing this liquid dye penetration test is that so the material which you are considering for the testing, it should not be porous in nature. Okay, so the material which are porous in nature, we cannot apply this method. Okay, so any of the metals which are hard, those metals can also be used for testing the dye penetration test. Either it may be ceramic material or any of the metallic material. So we can test the liquid dye penetration test on those materials. Okay, now we have considered a raw material or any of the finished or semi-finished product. So just imagine that there is a flaw which is not visible through the naked eye. So if I am looking from this, I will not able to see whether there is a flaw in this material. Okay, so in that case we are going to apply this liquid dye penetration test. So the first step in the liquid dye penetration test is the cleanup method. Okay, so what is the pre-cleanup? Pre-cleanup is the process which is used to clean the surface of this material. Okay, so we are going to apply the penetrants on this surface. So that is the reason this surface has to be cleaned. So what are the things that are there which will avoid the efficiency of this test is if the surface is having rust, if the surface is having grease, if the surface is having any of the dust particles, then you may get the false reading. So that is the reason you should always make sure that the material which has to undergo the liquid dye penetration test have to be thoroughly cleaned. Okay, so you can use the sandpaper to clean the surface. If there is a rust on the material, you can use the sandpaper to clean the material, or you can also use the buffing machine. If the surface is too large, you can use the buffing machine to clean up if the surface is painted or if the surface is having any oil, if the surface is having any rust on the surface, then you can use the buffing machine. Okay, now once the surface is cleaned with the foreign particles, then you have to go for the next step. The second step is to apply the penetrant, which is a very important step in the liquid dye penetration method. So applying the penetrant is a very important step. So what you are going to do is, so once the surface is clean, you are going to use the penetrant. So this is the penetrant which we use for applying the second step. So this is red in color. So it is a red dye penetrant which is used in the process. So this spray is sprayed evenly onto the surface. Okay, so when I mean evenly, you have to apply evenly onto the surface. You cannot spray at one surface, at one point you cannot spray more, one point you cannot spray less. So it has to be sprayed evenly onto the surface, which has to be tested. Okay, once the penetrant is applied onto the surface, then you have to allow it to settle down. The penetrant which is sprayed onto the surface, if there are any flaws, those flaws will suck the penetrant into them. So for example, you can see here we have shown the flaw here. Okay, so the flaw is shown and the penetrant has entered into that flaw. Okay, so that time which we allow the penetrant to settle into those flaws is called as a dwell time. Okay, so what is dwell time? It is the time allowed to enter the penetrant into those loopholes. Okay, so once this dwell time is allowed, so usually it will be around 2 to 10 minutes. So depending upon the material, so depending upon the surface and depending upon the material, this dwell time extra penetrant which is there on the surface. Okay, so how you are going to clean up that extra penetrant? Either you can use a clean cotton rag or you can use the tap water. Okay, so you just have to hold the slow flowing tap water onto the surface, so the extra amount of the penetrant is clean from the surface. Now you can see if there are any flaws, the penetrant will remain in that flaw only, but the other surface is clean from the extra penetrant. So that is what the step 4. Next, coming to the very important part of the liquid dye penetration test, which is applying the developer. Okay, so even the developer is also a bottle or a spray bottle which is used. So it is white in color and this will be sprayed evenly onto the surface. Okay, so this developer is applied onto the surface. Okay, so this developer, again, as we have applied the penetrant on the surface, in the same way the developer should also be sprayed evenly onto the surface. Okay, so once this developer is applied, what happens is, so whatever the penetrant which is there inside the flaw, so it will ooze out or it will be sucked by this developer. So it comes, this penetrant will comes up and you can see a red spot because the penetrant which we have used, it is red in color. Okay, red in color, and the developer which is used here is white in color. Okay, so what happens is, so whatever the penetrant which is there in the that flaw, it will ooze out and you can see the rest surface, you can see it is white in nature, it will be white because of that developer, but the spot where the flaw is there, it appears red in color. So that indicates that the surface is having a flaw in it. So we can conclude from this that the surface is having the hole or any of the crack onto the surface. So in this way we can use the various types of the